Hey everybody, welcome back. Today is one of those days that I look so forward to when I look ahead at the calendar and see what we got. Today, no dessert, no candy. Today is something dinner-ish, appetizer-ish. Probably more an appetizer than dinner, but you probably could have it for dinner too with a salad or something. March 9th, we have a couple things today. It's another twofer, like we had last week with the cheesecake and the Oreo. Today is a combination. It's National Crabmeat Day and it's also National Meatball Day. So we're putting the two together and we're making crab meat meatballs. That's right, Thai inspired, because that's going to add another element to it, something we don't normally do. We're going to serve it with a spicy curry sauce, something different again. We're just going to check it out and see. I love trying new stuff like this. Sometimes you hit on one of them and you're like, wow, this is amazing, and you keep that recipe and you go, I'm going to make this again and again and again. So that's what I'm hoping for today. Okay, plus I love crab meat. I love meatballs, even though they're not meat meatballs, they're crab meat meatballs, but who cares? This seems like a winner today. Lots of fresh ingredients. We're going to check this one out and see how good this comes out, okay? So let me show you what you need for each thing. There's two things you need for the crab meat balls, and you need for the spicy curry sauce. Okay, so we'll do 1, 2, and get started. Be back in a minute. Okay, so for our crab meatballs today, we need a 1-pound can of lump crab meat, 1 stalk of lemongrass, 3 fresh red chilies, 2 tablespoons of chopped cilantro, 1 egg yolk, 2 tablespoons of half and half, and a teaspoon of cornstarch. Okay, so let's get started today. See, I love this kind of stuff too, because we're working with ingredients I've never worked with before. I've never worked with red chilies before. I've never worked with lemongrass before, and I was lucky enough to find some fresh. They sell it in a tube if you want like the pre-chopped up or pre-diced, but it looks really wet and almost like a gel or something. But I was lucky enough to find some fresh lemongrass, so we chopped that up real fine. Okay, so what we're going to do is take our lump crab meat. See, and you want good lump crab meat, not like, you want it to be nice and chunky, not, all ground up and minced up. I mean, you could use that for a cheaper version, but the flavor of the big jumbo lump like we have here is much, much better for what we're doing. Okay, so we're just going to break this up a little bit. Make sure it's nice and broken up, just a little bit. You don't want, like I said, you don't want to pulverize it, because you want some nice chunks of fresh crab, okay? And into our crab, we're going to add our lemongrass, our chopped lemongrass, our red chilies, our 3 red chilies. That's going to give it some heat. Make sure you seed these before you chop them up. Our cilantro, okay? Okay, and then our egg, which I'm just going to beat our egg yolk. Okay, just the egg yolk, sorry, not the whole egg, an egg yolk. Okay, and we're just going to now gently mix this all together. Just toss it lightly to coat everything together. Make sure the egg mixes in with everything, and the peppers and the cilantro. Take a little pot with some low heat, and we're just going to put our couple tablespoons of half and half in our little pot here to warm this up, and we're going to add our cornstarch right to it. I know it seems weird, doesn't it? Again, you try it. This is the fun of it, man. You got to get in there. You got to try stuff. Even if it's something you think you don't like. Oh, I don't like Thai food, or I don't like curry, or I don't. I'm at that stage where I'm just, I'll try anything once. You try it. If it sucks or you hate it or it's all right. So at least you can say you tried it. It just drives me crazy when somebody's like, oh, I don't like this, oh, I hate that, you know, and it's like, oh, did you ever try it? No. Well, how do you know you hate it? Believe me, when I was a kid growing up, I used to, a lot of things I used to hate. I used to hate mushrooms. Love mushrooms now. Just want to thicken this up. See, that's all thickened up. Our cornstarch and our milk, or half and half. Okay. See? While I was chatting, it thickened up real quick, which is what we wanted it to do. Now what we're going to do is add this milk and cornstarch mixture to our crab mixture. Okay? And just fold that right in. Make sure you get it nicely incorporated here, everything. So anyway, what was I saying? Something about people who hate, oh, stuff that when I was a kid, I used to hate, and you know, now, oh my gosh, I love the stuff that I eat now, you know, love mushrooms. I mean, I can't even imagine not eating mushrooms, but as a kid, you couldn't pay me to eat a mushroom. I mean, I'd even look at the box of frozen Stouffer's lasagna or something, and you know, and look at the ingredients, and if I saw mushrooms in the ingredients, which were tiny little, now, you know, as an adult looking back, tiny little minced up mushrooms, I'd say, no, I'm not eating that. It's got mushrooms in it. Now I'd be saying the mushrooms ain't big. There ain't enough mushrooms in this thing. But anyway, there's no mushrooms in this today. Just chatting while I mix. Okay, so there's our crab meat mixture. Okay, so now on to the next step. Okay, so there's our crab mixture. We're going to take our handy dandy little ice cream scoop here. And what we're going to do, hopefully this is all going to stick together. And we're just going to make, let me try that again. Make sure you're going to have to obviously pack it in there to get it good and stay together. Okay, and just make your little crab meatballs. That's it. Press them together. We're just using the scoop really to just make sure we have a uniform size and all of them are the same. Got a baking sheet here with some wax paper on it, just so we don't get any sticking action going on. Okay, and you're just going to roll these, like I said, into your little crab balls here, and then we are going to put these in the refrigerator for about a half hour or so, just so they firm up, okay, before we get to the cooking part of these. Okay, and while that's doing that, we'll be making our spicy curry dipping sauce. Alright, so let me finish rolling these, and we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so there they are, all rolled, ready for the fridge. Half hour in the fridge. You can do this way ahead of time if you want to, if you know you're going to be cooking them later on in the day, and it's early in the morning and you just want to get them done and out of the way. I mean, you can put them up to 12 hours, I'm guessing, in advance. You don't have it there. I wouldn't do them overnight. I mean, I guess you could. But yeah, you know, as early as you want to do them, do them. Alrighty, in the fridge, let's get started on our spicy curry sauce. Alrighty, so now, to make our sauce, on a medium heat, we're going to start with our sesame oil. Okay, put that in a little pot there, and just, love the smell of sesame oil. Just get that toasting a little bit, okay? Okay, and once you have your sesame oil heated up, you're going to put your scallions, or green onions, or whatever you call them, in, and we're just going to stir fry those a little bit here in this pot. And then we're going to add our curry paste, our red curry paste. So I'm assuming this is what's going to give this sauce some heat, okay? Just keep your eye on your flame, make sure it's not too high. Okay, so same here, you're just going to stir fry this for like a minute. It really smells good. And I didn't think I liked curry until somebody turned me on to it, and I went and I had some Indian food for the first time last year. And my only suggestion is the same suggestion they gave me, which is start with the mild stuff. You know, you just go in and you say, you know, never tried Indian before. I'd like to try some stuff, try a variety, try some of the appetizers and maybe one or two of the dinner things, but make sure you tell them mild. I want mild, mild, mild. Okay, and then you're going to add your coconut milk to this pot. And now you're going to simmer this for about 20 minutes. You kind of want to reduce it by half and let it get nice and thick. Okay, I'm assuming that's what's going to happen with this. Again, we try these recipes, we see what we come up with. You know, sometimes they work out really good and sometimes, not so good. But anyway, we're going to let this simmer for a little bit, keep our eye on it, stir it every now and then, and wait till this reduces by half, about 20 minutes, okay? See you in 20 minutes. Okay, so there's 20 minutes later, there's our curry sauce, our curry dipping sauce, okay? We're just going to add our soy sauce last, take it off the heat, just whisk in our soy sauce, and there you go. Now we're just going to leave this off to the side to cool, okay? Okay, so our oil's 350, that's what we want. And now, carefully we are going to put our crab meatballs into our oil to fry. Probably do half at a time. Now the surprising thing with this, I thought, was that there's no flour, egg, breadcrumb on the outside, which is good, I think. We'll see when they come out how they are. I mean, maybe for next time that would be an idea if they seem to fall apart, but they seem to be holding together pretty well. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. Okay, we're going to fry these. Keep your eye on them. Just a couple minutes, 3 to 4 minutes. And about halfway through you want to flip them because you obviously want them browned on both sides. They seem to be browning up pretty quick, but keep your eye on them. Then we have our plate with paper towels here because we're going to drain these right onto the paper towel. Out of the oil right onto there. Okay, let's see. Just try to be as gentle as possible because they may fall apart. This one looks like it kind of fell apart on us, but that's okay. We're going to eat it anyway. Okay. So because there's no breadcrumb mixture holding this whole thing together, you kind of got to be as careful as possible with it. Alrighty, so let me finish frying these up and get them on a plate. We'll be back to plate them up, taste them up. Crab meat meatball day. 2 together, 2 for 1. See you in a few. Alrighty, look at that. Gave us a nice fancy plating on that, just like at the restaurant. Alrighty, we're going to try. We have our curry sauce on the bottom, our spicy curry sauce, and our crab meatballs. Okay, so we're going to cut into one of these with the curry sauce and really get a nice taste of this, okay? Totally digging it. It's got that Thai coconut kind of feel to it with the sauce and the crab. Oh my god. Really, really, really good. This one is a definite keeper. Even if, like I said, even if you're not a big fan of curry or Indian food or Thai food, just try it. Give it a try. This one said this was a spicy curry sauce, and we used that red curry paste. I don't think it's spicy at all, and I'm not a big fan of spicy. I mean, you probably could add more of the curry paste just to make it even hotter if you wanted to, but I thought with the peppers and that curry paste, I thought, oh, okay, this one's going to have some heat on it. It really doesn't. I mean, there's a little bit on the finish. After you're done, you kind of get a little after heat, but for the most part, I mean, the flavors are spot on. Really, really good. All right, like I told you, it was a twofer for today. It was crab meat day and it was meatball day. So we made crab meat meatballs, spicy Thai curry sauce, wonderful, love it. Oh, and in case you didn't like what we made today, it is also get over it day. So get over it. See you tomorrow.